A legend headed on to the weapon loadout. On the last video, we talked about the different legends, their passives, tacticals, ultimates, how I felt about them, how I think you should use them. You know, you could refer to that video if you need that. This video is going to be about the weapons, how I feel about them, how I think they should be used, the situations you should use them in, etc. So let's get on down here. Full disclaimer, these are all my opinions. It's not written in stone. I hope it helps you. It's not really something like a code that you should go by. It's just shooting around the way I play and the way I think that it was meant to be played. But I could be wrong. Okay? Assault rifles. Let's start with the flat nine. We got the flat nine here. It hits pretty hard for an assault rifle. I think it hits the hardest out of all assault rifles. But then it has a lot of recoil. Um, just a tip here, if you were to choose Bangalore, every time you ping a weapon or attachment, she gives you a fun fact on each of these weapons here. So most of what I'm gonna say is gonna be things that she told me. So yeah, this kicks like a mule, like she says, kicks like a mule, but it hits really hard. I would only use this gun in close range and mid-range circumstances. When it comes to long range, it's bouncing way too much for you to get a good shot off. You're just gonna be wasting bullets. Now, this gun also have the ability to do single shot fire, which used to be useful when the hop was out. That made single shot fire damage stronger for it. But now that that hop has gone this season, I wouldn't even go into single shot fire with this. I would only use this for mid range. So when you pick this gun up, think about it as something to use more of your short and mid range than for something to shoot far away with. All right. Next, we got the G7 Scout. Um, One of my favorite guns. First gun that I ever got a golden skin for, because it was really reliable. Now they nerfed it a bit this season. I believe they put the damage down on it, or the rate of fire. But for what I could remember, it hits about 30 HP a shot on the body. Headshots should be around 60 or a bit over. Um, and the fire rate is pretty okay for the damage that it's dealing. So about 3 shots could kill somebody with no shield. There is a hop for this gun called a double tap, which brings out 2 bullets at once. In my opinion, that really plays with the accuracy of the gun. If you're trying to shoot from far, it's gonna really mess you up when you're getting that double tap off. A lot of adjustment is required. I really think that the double tap was meant for more close range encounters so that you could get a bit of a boost in rate of fire if somebody was to show up in your line of sight out of the blue, out of nowhere, you know what I mean? You're trying to snipe somebody from far with this gun and somebody is a bit too close for you. You switch to double tap mode and you're getting 2 shots off at once now. I think that's what the hop is really meant for. You can also use it long range as well. I've gotten some good kills with it long range, but like I said, it really messes with the recoil and it takes some adjustment when you put that hop on. All in all, it's still a reliable weapon, in my opinion. It has degraded in value for me after the nerf, but you can still get decent kills if you're a good shooter. Hemlock, another one of my favorite weapons. Like Bangalore says, 1 shot for the shield, the next shot for the man. This is a 3 round burst weapon. And fun fact, if you were to get all 6 shots in the 2 trigger pulls, you're most likely gonna down that guy, even if you have a blue shield. Um, Especially if you mistakenly get a headshot. So Hemlock is a pretty good gun, especially if you get it early game when nobody has a shield. You can shoot off the hip with this and get good shots off. You can look down the sights and get good shots off. Also, this can go into single shot fire mode, and the fire rate is faster than the G7 Scout. So it does good damage just like a G7 Scout as well. So in single shot mode, this is basically a G7 Scout with enhanced fire shot with enhanced fire rate. Um, Very effective. I've used single shot to down a lot of enemies when I realized that, and sometimes I use this in place of a long range type of sniper. I instead of using the sniper, sometimes I hold this and just put it on single shot only, to pick some enemies down before getting close to them. Hemlock is a pretty good weapon. You could use it short range, long range. It's kind of versatile as well. R301 is my favorite weapon of all time. Very reliable. Has a lot of good accuracy. Fire rate is pretty fast, faster than should be the fastest next to the Havoc. Havoc would be the fastest. Um, Takes light bullets, and yeah, it's a pretty reliable weapon. It also could go into single shot fire, but I don't recommend it because it's a waste of time, basically, in my opinion. Also, when you get into a fight, sometimes you forget that it's on single shot, and you just press that button thinking you're gonna let it rip, but only one shot comes out. Very annoying. It's not even worth it. They used to have a hop for it called Anvil Receiver, so that the single shot fire would do more damage, but they took that away this season. So I think single shot is pretty much useless at this point. All in all, R301, in my opinion, is the best gun in the game in terms of versatility. You could do short range, medium range, long range. The rate of fire is pretty much insane. If you were to get an extended light clip with this, that would be like icing on the cake, man. Without the clip, if you get every shot, you could down somebody with white shield if you get every shot, and that's without an extended mag. So with an extended mag, that's even more chances to get a shot off. You got the Havoc here. Everybody loves this weapon. It's not my favorite, because it just bounces a bit too much for me. But it makes up for that with no bullet drop, and the rate of fire is the highest in the game. For that, I would say that the Havoc should only be used close range. You could try medium range, but it's gonna bounce a lot. You know, long range, definitely not. The Havoc also has a single shot mode where it adds up the bullets and shoots it off in the one shot. That's when you'd want to go long range with it, and it does quite a bit of damage as well. I've got a one or two headshots with the single shot fire, and it felt something akin to the triple threat, or more like a pulse rifle or so. Um, so yeah, if you go on long range with the Havoc, you want to go single shot. Other than that, I would definitely not look down the sights and only use it for a close range predicament. If I look down the sights, it's because somebody is in front of my face running away from me. Not even looking at me, like running away from me. So I'll look down the sights then, while he's trying to get away from me, and try to shoot him. If if I'm not looking down the sights, it's because most likely I just walked through the door and someone right in front of me. I think it's just best just to let it rip at that point, because the rate of fire is going to be so fast that you could miss a lot of shots, but you could probably kill the guy by mistake. Submachine weapons, you got the alternator here. The most steady of all the submachine weapons, I would say, in my opinion. Without any attachments, it's pretty steady there. You could get good headshots off of it. I usually just hold this weapon to get my attachments for the R301 because I'm a big R301 fan. But I've never seen anyone just keep this weapon because they like it. It's just like a weapon you'd pick up at the beginning of the game, but you'd want to trade this out for something better eventually. It used to have a hop out of it called hammer point rounds, uh, which means people without shields get increased damage. That's when I used to hold this weapon until the end game, because that is really effective. You know, with the rate of fire and extra damage with no shields. Like, who wouldn't? But they took that away, so at this point, it's only a weapon that you pick up when you first land, and after that, you want to find something better. Prowler is a 3-round burst submachine gun. the bullets that come out, unlike the Hemlock, my friend said it shoots like a needle. So meaning those three bullets aren't gonna spread as much like the Hemlock would. It's gonna be at one specific point. If you get all three of the bullets, it's gonna be good, yes. But because it shoots like a needle, you are liable to miss a lot, especially if you're trying to shoot from far. You want to be close range when you're shooting with this. It has an attachment for it, really good one. Select fire receiver. That's the same attachment for the Havoc to go to single shot. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. You need that hop in order for the Havoc to do single shot. It's called select fire receiver. It gives you the ability to change the gun to automatic or single shot. For the Prowler, you're able to change it to automatic. That's when this gun is really good. Even then, you're able to go more medium range with the hop, but even then, you don't want to be shooting long range like you would with a try with the R301 or a Spitfire. You know, it's really just to boost the rate of fire in a short range fight. But you can extend that to medium range if you have the skill and try to get some good shots off too. Prowler is a weapon that a lot of people like to use, only if they have the hop though. R99, another one of my favorites. Rate of fire akin to the Havoc. The Havoc would still beat it, but the rate of fire is probably would come second in terms of submachine guns. Submachine guns, this would be the fastest rate of fire. Excuse me. You would want to get the light extended mag for this gun. Um, I see a lot of people tend to just let it rip. That's fine if the person is like right up to your face. I think you should do that too. But if you're trying to get more of a medium or long range shot with it, it's very possible to get your shots. But you'd want to, instead of holding down the trigger button, tap it a bit so that you can adjust as you do it. If you just press the button down trying to get a medium or long range shot, you're gonna miss a lot of shots. So try tapping it a bit. All right. On to the light machine. You got Devotion, which is now only a care package weapon. It's golden. Rate of fire like the Havoc, but you have more accuracy. Recoil is way better than the Havoc, but the recoil is still there, mind you. Um, so basically, it's the Havoc, but with better accuracy. Uh, and now that it's a care package weapon, it's gonna be golden. So all the attachments is gonna be there for it. Um, would I take the Devotion over the R301? No, not necessarily. Um, but other guns, it could beat for sure. Um, I'm not a big fan of it, even though I have a golden skin for it. But I don't want to diss the gun either and say it's a bad gun. I don't think it's a bad gun. I think you could get good kills with it, honestly. Spitfire. I used to get a lot of good kills with the Spitfire, especially when you get the extended heavy mag. That's when it really shines out. Gives you about 55 bullets to shoot out before you have to reload. Um, you want to have your stock with this gun because it is going to be jumpy, of course. It's a LMG. What more can you expect? Uh, the muzzle for it also helps with adjusting your aim when you're getting those shots off. You want to use your Spitfire, I would say, to really pressure the enemy. Um, and you want to have a secondary weapon with this to finish them off in a sense. You don't want to be caught reloading this weapon. Honestly, you don't. You gotta watch. You gotta watch the amount of bullets you have left, and really pick your battle on what you want to do next before you really jump into a battle with this. Even if you have a purple heavy extended mag, all right. Um, I would say when you hit around 15 bullets left, you want to be thinking about where could you be able to reload in a safe place. You know what I mean? Either that or thinking about, am I gonna have to switch my weapon out very soon so that you'll be ready for the act before it just like someone just appears in your face and then you just get fumbled and like you don't know what to do anymore. You got to be thinking about these things a bit beforehand before it happens. L-Star is a LMG, but it's not really long range, more of a short range LMG. You could do medium range hits with it too. I pretty much suck at it, honestly. It looks like a motorbike from this angle. I just realized that. Um, but short range, you can shoot off the hip and get a lot of hits with it. And you could look down the sights too and get hits with it, but it's not good long range at all. It's gonna be scattering all over the place. For me anyway. I don't know about everybody else, but for me and for noobs, I wouldn't try go long range at all with this gun. On to the sniper rifles. He got the longbow. This is one of my favorites. The rate of fire is really good. They have a hop for it now called Skull Piercer, so increased damage to all headshots, which is nice. You want to have the extended sniper mag for this gun to really let it shine. Because of that rate of fire, you're going to be shooting off a lot of shots. You want to have a lot of bullets for this gun to really let it shine. You know what I mean? In terms of reticles, I would go 2x4, which is the purple scope. But I wouldn't put a sniper scope on this gun, honestly. Some people may beg to differ, but I do think that the 2x4 would be the perfect balance in between, having a close range scope and a long range scope at the same time because of the rate of fire of this gun. You could pick enemies off with this gun, but honestly, the most kills I've gotten with this gun was from a flanking perspective, coming at this enemy from the side while my team is the ones on the forefront, and I just like picking them off. You know what I mean? It isn't a sniper that I would use on aggressively, as in to say, trying to kill somebody before they kill me with a snipe. But you can, and you could get good shots off without a scope with this gun too. So it's good for a nice secondary weapon early game too. All right. All in all, it is a really good weapon. You could get good kills with it if you know what you're doing. You could get good kills with it if you don't know what you're doing either. Because of the rate of fire, just shoot off a bunch of shots and hope you get a good teammate to finish it off for you. Kraber is a legendary weapon, another weapon that only comes with the care package. This bitch hits for 145 if you catch them in their pinky toe, dog. In their pinky toe, bro. Alright? A headshot is something on the lines of 298, but it doesn't even matter what it is because it's just too much damage to live. So, a headshot is an instant kill. Alright? Downside is 4 bullets shot. 4 bullets before you have to reload. And it only comes with, I believe, 12 shots in it or something like that. So, you want to save this for end game if you was to get it. Or, really, if you're a good sniper, then use it. I mean, why not? But, honestly, I would try to save the bullets for the end game. If I was to have like 4 bullets left and it's like 10 squads left or something like that, I wouldn't use it anymore until during the end, or unless I feel like if I don't use it, I'll die anyway. Triple take. It's another one of my favorite snipers. Has a hop that goes with it called Precision Choke. The triple take shoots 3 energy bullets out and it spreads. With the Precision Choke, it brings the 3 bullets together and gives it 1 shot. It's a pretty good gun in terms of rate of fire versus the damage. The rate of fire is akin to the longbow, but the damage can scale a bit higher than the longbow, so that's a plus. But that's only if you have the Precision Choke with it. Now, with the Precision Choke with it, okay, without the Precision Choke, you could still get the 3 bullets that spread to hit 1 person at the same time. If you do that, it's gonna be more damage than the longbow, and you still have the rate of fire as a longbow. With the Precision Choke, your rate of fire is gonna go down because you have to hold down L2 and let it charge up first before you shoot it, in order for it to be 1 shot. So, if you want that 1 shot to for sure beat all 3 bullets that hit the person, then you're gonna take away your rate of fire for that fact, but that's okay because it is a sniper, right? You know what I mean? So it's kind of more versatile now. I would honestly start choosing this over the longbow if I have the precision choke to go with it. Um, yeah, charge rifle is a really good gun uh, because it doesn't have any bullet drop. So you want to use sniper scopes with this to really bring it out, to really get the full extent of usage out of it, um, because there's no bullet drop. So I usually put the purple sniper scope on it, with a nice stock. It's really gonna help with that recoil when that initial boom comes out of the rifle. For those that don't know, it starts off with a small line that still damages the enemy, by the way, and then it blows up in your face pretty much, turns into a huge beam and destroys the guy. So um, you want to have your sniper stock for that big boom, that recoil, and you want to use a sniper scope with this gun. That being said, you still could get shots off the hip if someone is close by you, and you still could get shots with a close range scope if someone is close by you with this gun. So it still has some versatility in that too. All right. Sentinel is another really good weapon. It doesn't have a hop because it doesn't need one. You feed it your shields, and what happens is when you feed it a shield cell, when you shoot an enemy with it, it strips the enemy's shield and then it hits them for 70 HP. Okay, this gun hits for 70 HP anywhere on the body, and for about 140 headshot. All right, so if you were to feed it a shield cell and get a headshot, you basically kill the guy. It's a Kraber now. It's one of these now. It's like headshot them with one of these now, basically. All right, but that's only if you feed it a shield cell first. Without the shield cell, it's just gonna hit them for 140. With the shield cell, it's gonna strip their shield and hit them for 140, so they're gonna die. Okay, so that's a pretty good weapon in that sense. I also get a lot of good kills early game without a scope or nothing, just aiming on the sights and getting a 70 HP shot off and then punching the guy or something, or trying to shoot him again. The downside to this weapon is the rate of fire is slow. It's a bolt action rifle, so every time you shoot a shot off, you gotta click that little lever on the side there and cock it again before you can shoot another shot off. So keep that in mind when you are trying to kill a guy. Know that it's gonna be another 1 or 2 seconds before you can get another shot off. Rightfully so, when it's charged up, you pretty much could kill him in one shot. So that's a good balance there. Shotguns. You got the EVA 8. I rarely look down the sights with this weapon. If I do, it's because I know an enemy is coming out of this particular door, or I know he's around the corner and I'm waiting on him to peek so I can get a good shot off. That's the only time I really looking on the sights with this weapon. Other than that, I usually shooting off the hip, and if I do look down the sights, it's very briefly just to get my reticle to go small enough before I shoot it off. Trying to like trace the enemy as they're running around in a sense. This weapon has a hop called double tap, where 2 shots are fired with 1 trigger pull. When you have the double tap, once again, you would want to look down the sights even less then. But like I said, I only really look down the sights when I playing peekaboo with an enemy, or I know an enemy is gonna come out this particular spot. So I trying to get a good shot as soon as I see him come through. Mastiff used to be a care package weapon, used to be a golden weapon, but now it's just a scrub. It has a big spread when you don't look down the sights. The spread is shown in the rectile. If you look down the sights, it's more concentrated, in my opinion. You get all the shots to hit the target, basically, when you look down the sights and shoot. With this gun, you would want to look down the sights more than the EVA 8. But even so, try to practice getting hip shots. But yeah, you could look down the sights substantially more than the EVA 8 with this weapon. Mozambique. Uh, Only really makes sense if you have the harbor point rounds for it. The Mozambique hammer point rounds hop allows it for you to get more extra damage every time you hit somebody with no shield. Um, as you can see, it's a $3 shot. Um, you want to look down the sights with this weapon too. You can also shoot off the hip, but I've gotten a lot of good kills by looking down the sights. Especially when you know the enemy has no shield, you want to get that shot off. You don't want to miss your only three chances. That's the downside of this gun. You only have three chances before you have to reload again. Okay, after three shots, you have to reload again. So if you know the enemy is low, no shield, and you have the heart for it, you want to really take your time in taking these shots off, so that you could be effective. Even if you get one piece of a shot off with no shield on the hop, it's going to do a good amount of damage to help your team out to maybe finish the kill for you. I don't know. Try not to panic with this gun. Try to actually bide your time. Peacekeeper is now a legendary weapon. Only comes in the care package. Very good weapon. Um, you could actually use this weapon long range if you look down the sights, because it goes with the hot precision choke, and since it's legendary, it already comes with it. When you look down the sights, it charges up the weapon, and you could get as much as a 90 from medium to long range with this weapon. A hit for 90. If you get the enemy within the rectile completely from a long range, you could still hit them for 90 once you charge it up. So, with that being said, it's a really good shotgun, nice and versatile. On to the pistols, we got the RE45, one of my favorites here. As you can see, I got two legendary skins for it. Came out of a box actually, both of them. High rate of fire, but the accuracy is still really good. You could actually mistakenly get headshots with this weapon. That happened to me a lot of times. Just trying to kill somebody, just trying to shoot somebody, and I mistakenly get the headshots and they just died. So rate of fire is really good with this gun. You could use this gun as your secondary even for the end game if you'd like, if that's something you into. Uh, but yeah, pretty good stuff. Got the P2020. Um, the rate of fire is as fast as you could pull the trigger. So as fast as your finger could tap, that's as fast as the bullet's gonna come out. The accuracy is set to 100%. So in terms of recoil, there pretty much is none. It's gonna shoot exactly where you put the rectile. You want to look down the sights with this weapon because of that fact. You want to bide your time with it. Also, you really want to only use this when the enemy has no shield and you have the hop hammer points round for it. For what I've known, with the hop hammer point rounds, you only need 2 to 3 shots on the enemy in order to kill them after they have no shield, which is insane for the fire rate and the amount of bullets that is inside the clip. Like, you can shoot off 12 shots and you only need 3 of those shots to hit them in order to get the kill with the hammer point rounds. So that's pretty cool. Got the wingman now. A lot of pros use the wingman. You gotta be a real shooter to even like the wingman. You could do it long range. You could do it short range. You could do it medium range. It hits for 40 anywhere on the body. I believe a headshot is around 80 or 90. And then it goes with the hot skull passer. So headshots have increased damage. So that would boost your headshot up to, I don't know, maybe 120. I can't remember really, to be honest with you, but substantially. Me personally, I only really use this weapon if I have the skull passer and it was to show up somewhere around, and I honestly don't really keep it that much. I'm still practicing with it, but all in all, it's still a good weapon if you're a good shooter. Alright, that ends the tutorial for Apex Legends, the gun edition. Hope I was of some help to you guys. Like I said before, these are all my opinions and the way I feel and how I've been playing the game, and just some tips that I've learned, and hopefully it helps you. Thank you very much for watching.